Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jennifer Patterson. I do work for the City of Hamilton in the Economic Development Office. And I just actually, before I start, I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with what the Economic Development Office does for the City of Hamilton. And if you're aware that every municipality does have this function within it. So our job is basically to help grow the assessment. So bring in new manufacturing, but more importantly, to work with existing companies within our community to help them grow and expand and be successful within Hamilton. So what I've been asked to speak to is the supply chain, which comes to our business retention activities. So I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of background. Part of my job is to meet with industry that exists within the community, but I'm going to kind of step it back a bit in terms of the supply chain and how we evaluate that and how we establish the supply chain that exists here in Hamilton. So we've actually just finally finalized our strategic plan for the City of Hamilton and some of the initiatives that we're working on. It's a work plan for us in terms of how we move forward into the coming year. So this edition has been released this fall. Our key sectors for us that our team in our office work on are advanced manufacturing, agriculture and food processing, the goods movement industry, life sciences, creative industries, and clean technologies, which is my key sector. So that's what I'll be focusing on today. And so clean tech is a new and emerging sector for the City of Hamilton. And through our strategic plan, we've become very bold in terms of what we offer here in Hamilton and how we perceive ourselves. So the goal is, and our vision is, to be recognized as a global center of excellence for manufacturing, training, research, product development, and within the clean tech industry. So our focus within the clean tech sector is, so in terms of going after new investment and looking at what we have that exists already within the community, we see these areas of focus in terms of where we could lead on. So power from renewable sources such as wind, solar, hydro, geothermal, just what we're talking about today, cogeneration and fuel cells. Water and wastewater is another big area that we focus on. Green building products, recycling opportunities in the green automotive. And that actually exists here, and there's been a lot of announcements actually within this park with McMaster University that goes towards the green auto sector. So just to look at, and again, I'm just going to focus on solar today, some of the initiatives that we worked on over the past year. And I'm going to come back to Hamilton Collins. So this is the key area where we do in business retention. So taking care of the existing companies that are within the community, understanding what the trends are, what the needs are, helping them grow and expand. We need to do this to help us establish what the supply chain that exists here. Because this is really important in terms of when you're doing a new investment that comes into the community, we need to know where our strengths and weaknesses are. So we've taken actually the last year to almost 2 years, especially with the feed-in tariff, the Green Energy Act through the province of Ontario, we've been inundated with investment inquiries that have come through the city. So it's really important for us to understand what exists here and how we can leverage what exists here to bring in new investment, but also help those companies get that business-to-business piece and understand how they can grow and expand within the community. So our supply chain is strong. And again, the clean tech supply chain exists. It's not only solar companies, but there's wind, there's recycling, and the list goes on. So we probably have an established database of over 100 companies. So if someone did ask about companies that exist within the community about a supply chain, we do have this list. We do share it. These are the companies that we have met with that want to get recognition within this sector. So I would say on the solar side, we probably have about a dozen, if not 15 companies, good solid companies that we understand that are moving forward and maybe would be great resources for you. And some of them actually are in the out in the showcase as well. So I do encourage you to meet with them afterwards. Through this initiative too, there's on the solar side in particular is the Strategic Energy Alliance. This is a consortium in terms of what we have as a value-added proposition within Hamilton. So our key strengths here is a consortium of groups. So Horizon Utilities has come together with McMaster University, because there's a lot of amazing research and training and great work that's being done at MAC, as well as Mohawk College on the training and the resources side, and with our department within the City of Hamilton. So we actually work together and we attend trade shows in some cases, and we bring Hamilton to the forefront in terms of what we have to offer. And again, we encourage we promote our industry that exists here and the resources that exist within the community, so in order to develop and grow this sector. The Ontario Clean Technology Alliance. So part of my job too is on the investment side is I need to promote Hamilton in terms of, again, what it has to offer, what the supply chain is. So we actually partner with our peers across the province. We're not the only community in the province of Ontario with the Feed-in Tariff Program, Green Energy Act. There's many of us who are vying for the same type of opportunities to promote and encourage growth within communities. So Hamilton is one of probably 7 now through this OCTA, this alliance, that have come together to promote the region as a strong region for encouraging solar, wind, geothermal, all this type of industry to locate within our province. So we are very much in touch with this group. We promote Hamilton, but we also promote the region because there is a lot of opportunities that go beyond just the Hamilton border. So some of the things we do is Intersolar. We've promoted Hamilton at the Intersolar Conference, which is the largest solar show in the world for investment. So we've done this actually in the U.S. and in Europe. CanC is another great opportunity in terms of us promoting. And again, some of the times when CanC is more of a local, it's a Canadian, as the former presenters from TD mentioned, that CanC is a Canadian Solar Industry Association. They have a conference every year. Actually, this year it's next week. So we will be there. Hamilton will be there. And we actually take some of the companies that work with us or that exist in the Hamilton to kind of tag team it in terms of promoting what Hamilton has to offer. So we do a lot of the times with some of our key industries in the area that are looking at getting promotion as well. So CanC is another one we will be attending next week. And another piece is the LEAD grant program. We offer incentives as well in Hamilton to encourage. Someone actually talked earlier about developers. This is kind of our way in terms of encouraging green building in the city of Hamilton. We're probably one of the first. We are the first community to encourage this or introduce this LEAD grant program. So it's a catalyst for sustainable building and sustainable land development practices within the city. So an example of this would be Canada Bread. So Canada Bread's building a new facility up in the Red Hill Business Park. They are actually going for a LEED's Platinum level of building. And LEED's is a standard, and I guess through the Green Council, and you'll forgive me, I forget what LEED's actually stands for, or maybe you might, but it's basically what it is. It's a point system that you would have obtained in terms of developing a sustainable building solution. So you have solar on the rooftops, or you have energy efficient lighting, and there's all different point systems that go through and how you establish that certification. But through our program, it's a tax incremental financing program that we offer, and we encourage companies to build up in that light. So that is successful here, and we've had a few applications for that. So I'm going to finish off. We've had a few accomplishments in the last year. The biggest one is J&E Consulting. They have announced in the past, actually, it would be the last 2 weeks ago now, they partnered with a company based in China, Dachou Group, and they are building a solar panel facility here in Hamilton. And we are hopeful that will be up and running by the spring of next year. So it's very quick. They have, our office has been working with them quite frequently, and this is an example of a business retention exercise. So J&E's been in Hamilton for over 30 years. They offer engineering solutions. They offer guidance for, especially more on the commercial side, in terms of guaranteeing rooftops. They'll understand they can help you hook up to the grid as well. So this is an example of a company who's looking at a different way or in terms of moving forward and offering a different product line in their offering. So now they will produce solar panels here, and they'll work with companies like Radiant Return and Horizon Utilities in terms of some of the solutions they can do and working together. So we're very proud of this. There are more specifically on the clean tech side announcements to come. We're just waiting on them. But again, we're a little bit like you in terms of, there's a little bit of uncertainty out there. Like, who do you trust? Who's going to be the real user at the end? We do the same thing for Hamilton. We want a company that comes into our community that is in it for the long term. And that's why I think it's important to look at companies like J&E, because they've been here for 30 years. They've invested in this community. They know what they're doing in terms of, and they're looking for a long-term solution. So they're not looking at just the quick fix getting these solar panels out and they're in the market because we don't know how long the feed-in tariff is going to be here for. So they're in it for the long haul in terms of the refurbishing further down the line. So once the feed-in tariff is over and all these, these manufacturers here, they're pumping out solar panels and we're all putting them on our rooftops. But these guys have a long-term plan, and I think that's a key piece that if I could leave with all of you to kind of keep in mind that, you want to work with a company, and I think we have a lot of great examples out in the showcase floor again that'll be there with you for the long haul, not just for the short-term game of it. And again, that's what we're challenged with in our office, because we want to make sure that if we're establishing a manufacturing facility within our community, they are here for the long term, not for the short term. So I thank you, and I apologize for the quickness of my presentation, but I do have my coordinates on there if you'd like. And I also encourage you to check out our website, and I should have put that on there. So www.investinhamilton.ca. On there's a whole segment of what we're doing on each of our key industry sectors, if you may have interest in other areas. But there is a section on clean tech and what we're doing, and our supply chain will be put up on that part of our website as well, so if you're interested in that. So if anyone has any questions, I will be here. I'm not here for the long term, but I'm here for probably another 15, 20 minutes, so if you have any questions of me, please feel free to ask.